What's up, everybody? GeauxBurns climbing back up to Mount Soapbox for yet another rant, as with tradition on, well, almost each and every Sunday. As long as I or you have a rant idea worth ranting about, I shall do it. By the way, feel free and leave your rant suggestions below. I'll look them over, and if I think there's something to it, if I agree with you, if I see your point, if I think it's worth making a rant out of, I'll do it in the future, whether it's the next installment or the one after that or the one after that. Anyways, today's rant, we are talking about characters in Grand Theft Auto Online on the current gen. Now, unfortunately, as most of you already know, Rockstar North is basically leaving last gen behind when it comes to any sort of meaningful upgrades because, well, the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, they've basically been maxed out. I mean, those consoles are like 10 years old each, and there's only so much more you can do with those consoles, and it sucks, but that's the way it is. So, unfortunately, what we're going to be discussing is character creation, tweaking, updating in Grand Theft Auto Online for current gen consoles, Xbox One, and PlayStation 3. Oh, and PC as well. Didn't want to forget you guys. Alright, so one cool thing about the character creator in Grand Theft Auto Online on current gen was it was obviously a big improvement over last gen. Last gen, there really wasn't that much to do when it came to creating the facial features for your character. Now, once we transferred our characters over from last gen to current gen, or create a brand new character on current gen, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC, you go in there and you see a plethora of options that you can choose from to get your character's facial features just right. Now, currently, the downside of the character creator is it's usually one and done. You go in, you create the facial features on your character, you save it, and unless you ask Rockstar, you send them an email in support, inquiring, asking him, begging him, pleading him, please let me edit my character. That's the only way you can go back into the character creator in order to tweak with your character's facial features a little bit more. So I think that we definitely need a plastic surgery option in Grand Theft Auto Online. Maybe at the hospitals. That's a perfect place to set up like a little marker. You walk up to the hospital entrance, you walk in, and you're able to tweak and edit your facial features. Now, one of the many rumors out there from leaked code and BS and tea leaves is that we're going to be able to change our character's gender in the next update. Now, I would like that very much, but until it's confirmed by Rockstar, just like everything else, it will not appear on my channel. Been burned one too many times by the so-called reputable leakers, so I don't really waste my time on that BS. So until it's confirmed, we can just take that with a grain of salt. But at the same time, it would be a really cool idea if we had the ability to also have sex changes in the plastic surgery, along with, I'll go a step further, various height options. Like the main one we have is, say, average, but you can make your character tall, or if you want, you can make your character short. The same thing would go for build. We currently have the average build on male and female characters, but what if you could also make your character skinny, muscular, or obese? All these abilities would obviously cost Grand Theft Auto currency in the hospitals for plastic surgery, but I would be willing to pay it in order to further customize my characters, and I get the feeling you would feel the same way about it as well if you could make your character a little bit more unique, taller, shorter, more muscular, skinny, fatter, and perhaps now that Rockstar North is going to be focusing predominantly on current gen and PC when it comes to Grand Theft Auto Online updates, they might be able to do this for our characters. That would be awesome, but there's currently some downsides to this. For one thing, the clothing for male and female characters are unfortunately only built on one particular body, the male clothing and of course the female clothing. So Rockstar would have to go in and make different sizes and shapes and links for all the clothing currently in the game, and that would probably be very, very time consuming. And of course, the other issue is the cutscenes. Now, there's several cutscenes in the game for several missions with like Gerald and Simeon, and even the heist, especially heist. There's a lot of cutscenes, And despite the fact that it's your character's face and the clothing your character happens to wear, they are using the same male body or same female body that everybody else is using. Translation, it means more work for Rockstar. But at the very least, I really would like to see more options when it comes to facial features, the ability to switch the genders, pigment, all of which available at the hospitals, like Los Santos Customs for your ride and your whip. You just walk into the hospital, go into the plastic surgery section, spend a few bucks, and wham, bam, you got your character looking way more like you wanted to than you did the first time you went through the creator, and you said, oh, damn it, I wish I could have done this and that and that. Now you have the ability to do so whenever your heart desires. The next thing I want to discuss in my character rant revolves around rank, another issue that I have. By the way, I don't always do this, but if you enjoyed this video, be sure and hit the like button on this rant, previous rants, all my videos. I do post other content the other 6 days of the week. I don't just do rant videos. And if you really love my content, please subscribe to my channel. With the quote-unquote tithing portion of today's rant out of the way, back to the rant. Alright, so the second part that I have issue with is the fact that we've been playing Grand Theft Auto Online for 2 years now. And a lot of our characters are way past the rank of 120. Now, 120, the minigun unlocks, and of course, the very last thing that unlocks for your character is max health at the rank of 200. But that's it. You keep ranking up, and you don't unlock anything else. I believe that loyal gamers that have been playing Grand Theft Auto Online for the past year or so deserve to be rewarded for continuing to rank up and continuing to play Grand Theft Auto Online. Other games reward gamer loyalty. Why not Rockstar with Grand Theft Auto Online? I think we should get rewarded with rare high-ranking unlockables at 150, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450, 500, etc. Some ideas I have is unique clothing items, weapon skins, paint jobs. Now with the skins and paint jobs, I'm envisioning some crazy stuff like a zebra or tiger stripes or various camos, maybe snake skin, dollar signs, or Rockstar logos all over your weapon or your ride. That would be sweet. And of course, maybe some various unique Pegasus vehicles that you can unlock as well past the rank of 120, like the laser fighter jet. I've been wanting my very own laser fighter jet since I started the game back in October 2013. Now, some other vehicles that are already in story mode that they can move over to Grand Theft Auto Online as unique high-ranked vehicles includes the various big giant 747 commercial jets. They're in story mode, but for some rhyme or reason, they're not to be found in Grand Theft Auto Online. The same thing goes for the even bigger Russian cargo plane, the atomic blimp, maybe even the Duke of Death, and the fully functional JB700. Now, when it comes to unique clothing, they could simply just make the clothing that is worn currently by the primary and secondary characters in Grand Theft Auto 5, like Franklin, Michael, Trevor, Amanda, Tracy, Lamar, Jimmy Lester, etc., available for you to unlock and purchase in Grand Theft Auto Online. That would just be really cool, and it would be an awesome way to not only incentivize us to continue ranking up, it's also a great way for Rockstar to show thanks and appreciation by rewarding the loyal gamers who continue to play Grand Theft Auto Online.